Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we had a bit of an inauspicious start. We had two heavy bombers spawn basically right on us. They one-shot our basically one-shot our Black Knight. We ended up ejecting it, but there was substantial damage to the Black Knight that will need to be repaired, and it's probably going to require a full-on refit. The Orion also took a very substantial amount of damage. We're going to be keeping it out of the fight up here, but there is definitely going to be another fight up here. We do have our assault mechs that are still relatively fresh, so we're going to head on up. And that should be fine. We're going to keep the Orion hidden, like, back over here-ish. And we're just going to be pretty cautious with it. We're going to move in with the other mechs, and we should, in theory, be okay. So the Salamander is going to step up. The Orion is going to stay there. We're going to park the Battlemaster about here. And we're going to park the Awesome about here. I don't want to trigger this just yet until the Salamander is here. So the Salamander is going to continue to sprint up the road. The Orion and the Battlemaster and the Awesome will all stay put for now. We may or may not be against these turrets. That's a long Tom cannon, so boy do I hope that we're not against that.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, let's just let the Salamander advance a little bit. And at this point, I think we're close enough. So let's go ahead and trigger this. We're going to move the Battlemaster to here. Put under quarantine by Davian, huh? Contain and control those mechs. Okay. We should expect that the turrets are under Davian control. Striker, Oss-Scout, Blitzkrieg, and that's going to be the Blitzkrieg coming up and meleeing. It missed. And that was a charge. Okay. For now, the turrets are not online. I'm expecting them to come online.
Aye, aye.
But for now, that doesn't matter. The Battlemaster is going to come over here and hit the Blitzkrieg rear arc as hard as it can. This should be a kill on the Blitzkrieg.
Copy that.
We missed the melee, which is very unfortunate. But it's still a kill. Okay, one down.
Target eliminated.
Next up
Waiting for orders.
is this Oss-Scout. I'm actually interested in coming in and meleeing it with the Awesome, like this. Now, we could turn off the field inhibitor here. But I think we're just going to roll this. If we hit the melee attack here, which we only have a 44% chance, this Oss-Scout is likely dead. If we do not hit the melee, the Oss-Scout may survive. We did not hit the melee, so let's see what the other rolls are like.
No luck.
Okay. Not the best, but it's okay. The Orion is going to position here.
Moving to position.
We're going to vigilance it. And we're going to fire on this Oss-Scout. Yes, we could stray shot over here. Why are these hit odds so different? Oh, because of the arm that they're mounted in, because of this outcropping. Okay. That's a lot of damage to that Oss-Scout.
Scored a critical hit.
Good.
Now, the Salamander is going to position here, I think. Maybe we're actually going to fire on this Striker. Yes. Okay. That'll get some hefty damage in there. The Goblin moves up, is going to go for the rear arc attack on the Battlemaster. This is not surprising. And is fine. Okay. Boy, I hope those turrets don't come online right now. Striker's also going for the rear arc on the Battlemaster. That was expected. Our allied turrets are not going to do much from back there. Well, the turrets came online for us. They're on our side. Okay. That's huge. The Oscout moves back. Is firing on the Battlemaster. Okay. So we want to make sure that the Oscout is dead and we are nowhere near the Goblin and the Striker when that Long Tom fires.
Commander.
Yes, Commander.
The Battlemaster is going to move in to the rear arc over here. And we're going to not fire our large laser, but this should kill the Oscout guaranteed. Even with that miss.
Negative damage.
Oof. We rolled really badly there. Considering we had great hit odds there. We rolled really badly.
Ready for orders.
Sure. So the Orion could move up over here. I'm just going to leave it where it's at for heat purposes and to keep it safe. Their Striker moves now. Goes for the rear arc on the Awesome. That's okay. Our armor is fine for this.
Light damage, Commander.
The Awesome is going to turn around.
Roger that.
What do we have hit odds on? Great hit odds on both the Striker and Goblin. We're going to fire on the Striker here because it has by far the lower amount of armor. Okay. Now the Goblin moves. And we'll see what it decides to do. It backs off, fires on the Salamander. This is fine.
I'm showing minor damage.
The Salamander is going to step forward here.
Acknowledged.
We're going to fire Guided Direct on the Striker. We're going for the kill. We missed the second one there, which is sad. I was trying to force the Long Tom into attacking this. They sensor lock the Striker. That could be a kill. It is indeed. Very good. Yeah, I don't really care about that. The Long Tom on the Goblin, that's what we wanted. Okay. So next up, the Oscout moves. It is very close to dead. Okay, this is what I thought it might do. Rude.
I'm getting my ass kicked.
Commander.
Okay, so the Awesome is now going to step up over here.
Rolling.
And we're going to fire on the Goblin. Can we get away with firing the heavy PPCs and not the medium lasers? Yes. So that's what we will do. 120 damage in there.
Overheating.
The Salamander is also going to step up to here.
Affirmative.
And we're going to hit this guy with Guided Direct Arrow 4s.
Target locked in.
There we go. All that's left now is the Oscout.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated. Commander.
The Battlemaster is going to come in over here.
Location confirmed.
And we have a rear arc on that Oscout. Go ahead and take it.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
Well, that's unfortunate. But that's okay.
Target's taking a critical hit.
At this point, the Orion is now perfectly safe, except for from the Oscout. So we're going to go ahead and fire on it. We're not going to fire one of our PPCs for heat purposes.
Roger that. Targeting for physical
We missed
attack.
the melee.
Miss.
Well, we hit a little bit there anyway, but not much. Oh, please don't fire the Long Tom at the Oscout. I'm going to be so sad if they fire the Long Tom. Oh, they did. Okay, it didn't blow up. So we're okay.
Aye, aye.
The Battlemaster is going to close in here.
Acknowledged.
This should be a guaranteed kill.
Locked on rear armor.
Wow. That spread, though. Okay.
Order critical.
Well, the pilot ejected. So, I mean, it could have gone worse. A lot worse. If that Long Tom had been an enemy Long Tom, that would have been devastating to us. If those turrets had been Davian. Luckily, they weren't. We still have a lot of repairs to do on the Orion and Black Knight. So the Black Knight ended up losing quite a lot. And we'll see how much we can actually replace on there. But we're going to have to fully rework the Black Knight. The Orion, we didn't lose all that much on. We can mostly just get the Orion good to go again. They want the Seth Stealth Bomber parts and the Fulcrum part. I'm going to dispute, or rather, I'm going to refuse that. I don't care about the reputation here. I actually do want at least a chance at the Seth parts because those are very, very solid in terms of their sale value. MRM 30. Just taking a quick look over this. Not a ton. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to grab the Seth parts just for resale. Okay. Sounds good. We have some repairs to do here. We're also going to be taking a month tick tomorrow. So there's that. The only mech we really need to refit is going to be the Black Knight. But that thing got demolished in the very first round of combat. Like, the Seths dropped in, and I was like, oh boy. And then they just let loose. The Black Knight never had a chance. But that's RogueTech for you. Sometimes that happens. And we'll just have to refit it. I mean, the thing ran pretty hot anyway, so I think that we're going to definitely want to get some changes to it. Yeah, that's very expensive. I knew that would be the case. Go ahead and do that, Yang, but I want to stop the repairs on the Black Knight. This is the barracks. I want the mech bay. I want to stop the repairs on the Black Knight for right now. And we're going to need to... Yeah, that's most of it right there. We're going to need to get this done manually. It's going to be a little more expensive than that. Okay. So we'll hit the repair all button and see exactly what that does. Okay. So we can see that we lost a comm suite and an FCS improved. Can we replace those? Let's see here. Well, we have an FCS indirect. We have an Artemis 4 FCS. We can put in a clan cockpit instead of the comm suite. We'll go ahead and do that. And then maybe just run like a flak FCS for that evasion, ignore, and 20% critical. Something like that. We did lose a double heatsink over here. So let's go ahead and put in a double heatsink. We do have plenty of those. We lost a medium X-Pulse. And we lost some ammo over here. Rack 5 ammo, I believe that we may or may not have. Do we have any Rack 5 ammo? We do have generic Rack 5 ammo. So we can replace that, no problem. And then we lost our FTL missiles over here. Now, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm kind of okay with swapping this over to... Where's our LRM? That's just incendiary. I'm sure that we have other types of LRM ammo. We have Artemis 4, we have Deadfire, we have ER, FTL, we have Listen Kill, and I'm actually preferential to Listen Kill in this situation. That'll be better. We can also still run the half ton of FTL. Yeah, that'll be fine. Do we have another clan LRM-20 to slot in here? I don't think we can fit a non-clan LRM-20. With a clan LRM-10. But see, an LRM-20 weighs 10 tons compared to the clan LRM-20 weighing 5 tons is half the weight. It's insane, right? Like, that's absolutely bonkers. We can put this in, but we're going to run into weight issues real quick. We don't have the medium pulse lasers. We don't have the X pulse laser. That's fine. This is also an additional slot. We can max out this armor and see how much tonnage we have left. Yeah, very little. So we have 1 ton to work with here. We could drop this down to a clan LRM 10. That is an option. Alternatively, I'm kind of unimpressed with the LRMs as is. We could think about... I would love to put, like, MRMs in this. Dual MRM 20s would be kind of ideal. I don't think that's an option for right now. We have the SRM-6 Streak and the SRM-6 Valiant. We could do SRM-6s. That would save us a lot of tonnage. So we could run like a Streak SRM-6 and an SRM-6 Valiant over here. Then we drop the LRM ammo. Like so. That gives us 11 tons. We'd want to put in SRM ammo. We're going to need Streak SRM ammo, which I'm sure that we have. Yeah, we've got Streak SRM ammo. And then we'd need to put in regular SRM ammo. So we could just put in, like, Deadfire SRM ammo. I think that Deadfire SRM ammo is quite good. So we can do that. As far as our actual laser weapons go, I do not believe we have an X-Pulse laser to replace this with. X-Pulses are, of course, 2 tons. Now, we could put in the medium pulse lasers over here. We lost clan medium pulse lasers. These are with Inner Sphere medium pulse lasers. So it'll be less heat, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Our heat efficiency is still far improved. Now, this isn't necessarily better on our weaponry, but that's okay. We could potentially... we immediately lose a pip there when we drop the double heatsink. Okay. Just checking on that. Large lasers are 5 tons. What if we were to drop this X-Pulse and the medium pulses? That gives us 11 tons. We could then, in theory, run a pair of ER large lasers. The Rack 5 has a minimum range of 90 meters. What if instead of doing this, we went all in on the armor strip? And by that, I mean... we either spam out the pulse lasers. Yeah, I think we spam out the pulse lasers. So, medium pulse laser here, 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 and here. And then we still have 3 tons to work with. We could think about upgrading our engine core to, say, we've got a 280 in here right now. We don't have anything that we can do there. This is all in on the armor strip right now. We could swap the Rack 5 for an LBX AC-10. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily the best option. We could drop the engine heatsink +1. That does drop our heat efficiency. That might be okay. Well, we could simply drop the ferrofibrous armor or the endosteel structure. We'd have to save a half ton, roughly, 0.71 tons to drop the endosteel structure. We could drop the ferrofibrous armor. That gives us only 1 ton remaining. And another thing that we could actually do is we could replace that ferrofibrous armor. That gives us 3 tons to work with. And then we could pack an advanced AMS on this if we had the slots, and we don't have slots for it. Interesting. If we drop the ferrofibrous armor, we do have the slots. Advanced AMSs weigh 3 tons. It's only half a ton for an AMS. Do we have a half ton of AMS ammo? No. So that puts us 0.375 tons overweight. I'm loath to drop armor anywhere on this thing. We don't have clan ferrofibrous armor available. We could put clan armor on here, which gives us case. And then I feel much better about dropping a little bit of leg armor. Something like this. 15 points of leg armor dropped. I'm not happy about it, but we have the clan armor, which gives us case. So if these explode, we only lose that location, in theory. Now, it's pretty expensive, and it'll take 33 days. Let's get working on it. And I don't necessarily think it's a better upgrade than what we had previously. I think it's a bit of a downgrade. But we'll just get that started.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
We're doing okay on our cash. Let's go ahead and get the Madcap Mark II as the top priority. Actually, we're just going to do something like this. 33.9. We'll get the 5 up to there. Something like that. So the Black Knight is obviously not going to be ready by the time we deploy next. The Orion may not be either. That would be acceptable, though. So both of those are going to take a while to put back together. Now, let's hop into our storage here, because we do have some vehicle parts that we need to get rid of to make some of that money back. So let's go ahead and get rid of... Where are we? Here's the Seth parts. This is going to be a lot here. 800k. That more than pays for what we put into repairs. Right there. So that's great. We also got another vehicle part. Where was that? I think it was a smaller vehicle part. I mean, there's a cargo truck part, but I don't think this was it. 661 C-bills. Oof. No, I think it was a striker part or something like that. I'd have to go back and check. I'm probably just blind. Oh, there's a fulcrum here. That must be it. That's another 250k. So that puts us in a non-terrible financial situation. I like it. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of ticking forward here. I want to at least hit this financial report, which is obviously this next day. And we now have bankruptcy projected if we don't deploy between now and then. But that's okay. 20 days on the Orion. Let's go ahead and tick forward a little bit. I want the Madcap Mark II done. Now the Battle Master will finish up. Okay. We will reserve the private screening room. There we go. Morale increased by 5. Perfect. Okay, so at this point, the Orion and the Awesome will be done within the week. And then the Salamander and the Hector very shortly after that. Actually, the Salamander and the Hector will be done before the Orion. So let's let the Orion finish up. And now I would say that we're ready to deploy. Succubus is still injured, but that is fine. Let's hop into the barracks here and check our Mech Warrior upgrades. We can grab a point of gunnery for boot camp. That's huge. Anybody else?
What can I do for you?
Good to go. I'm here.
Succubus is, of course, injured and will be for quite a while.
Waiting for
Ooh, we can grab a Warlord for Rain. I really need to get back in the habit of using that, but now that it's hidden inside the active abilities, I don't see it on the bar, and I often forget that it's there. But I gotta get back into the habit of using that. It does make a big difference. At any rate, it is now time to put a cut in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're gonna deploy again and make ourselves some money and work on getting that Black Knight back repaired. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.